Welcome to Multiple Streams Podcast. Today we have a very special guest. She's actually my neighbor. You know what I'm saying? We got they call her Big Mama. I call her Debo. How you want me to introduce you today?
I'm Big Mama today.
Okay, Big Mama. All right, so today we interviewing Big Mama, man. How you doing, Big Mama?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm all right. How was your ride over here? Or drive?
It's Atlanta traffic, but I made it by the grace of God. So.
I Ubered over here. I caught me a quick nap.
Oh, see,
yeah.
I got dropped off. You know, Big Mama don't drive. I'm a passenger princess.
Oh, you're a passenger princess. Okay. How you feel about the weather, man, we've been experiencing?
You know, I'm in the middle between I love it and is El Nino coming or is global warming? Are we going to die? Why is it so cold? But why is it so warm?
What's El Nino?
El Nino is just the other side of El Nino. Like where it's really, really wet. Now it's a dry spell coming, so it makes it hot and cold with both of the, like last week it was 70 degrees and now this week it's 30.
Where is El Nino and El Nino?
So it's like a phenomenon that is like weather that's coming.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? That like a cold front or a different type of fronts that are coming because of global warming.
So El Nino would be like the cold front.
Yeah.
So all right, look.
Well, wetness. It's wet in the air, humid in the air.
The only time I heard of this phrase was on Friday. You ever seen Friday?
Yes.
you remember that scene?
With El Nino? No.
All right, so Craig. All right, so look. So Craig was having an epiphany, like you know what I mean? He was under a fog, if you understand what he was smoking, basically. And then he was like, I guess he was high. And then his neighbor came to him in his dream, and he was like, you ever heard of El Nino?
I heard of El Negro.
Yeah. He like, it's El Negro.
Yeah. Yes, I do remember that one.
Yeah. All right, so where you from?
I am originally from Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. That's what's up.
And I am a graduate from the Florida A&M University.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
The Florida A. What you take up out there?
My degree was in quantitative analysis and healthcare administration. So my role...
So you're basically a genius.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Took 2 schools.
Quantitative analysis and what was the second?
Healthcare administration.
Healthcare administration. Okay. And that led you to your current profession.
Which is marketing in healthcare, but I market to hospice.
Okay.
Yes.
And how does that normally, all right, so you market, all right, so when you say hospice, you mean hospitals?
No, hospice
the
as
services.
And end-of-life care.
The services?
Yes. So hospice and palliative care services.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We're going to get into that. So, all right, wow. All right. So I got him. All right. That's crazy. All right, so growing up, before you made it to, to become the woman you are today, what type of individual were you growing up?
Very, very ambitious, and I'm a self-starter. I'm an only child, so independence is really, really big for me. I taught myself how to cook. I taught myself how to drive. Literally taught myself how to drive in an ex-boyfriend's car. I messed his car up, boy, but thank you, God, for him letting me drive his car.
Damn, that's messed up, man.
Yeah, he'd be all right, though. You know, I did things to make up for it.
You turned him to Fred Flintstone?
You know what? I actually had a hole in the bottom of his car that I could actually see the pavement while I was driving. And I was like, I'm a real live Wilma Flintstone in this thing. So I learned how to drive in his car. I'm the first person in my entire family to go to college, still to this day, which is strange.
For real?
Yeah. So I made myself go to college. I'm the first person to move out and live in a big city by myself. So I am very ambitious and I move on my own.
So Orlando, Florida is considered a small city?
No, but it's a retirement city.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I got you.
Yeah, it's a retirement city. Everything's hospitality. I used to work at SeaWorld when I was in high school. So it's not a place for growth for a person like Big Mama. So I had to get up out of there to go to an HBCU, which led me to Atlanta, where I relate to people who look more like me and who are able to accept me at face value. Because the same thing, I was doing hospice in Tallahassee, Florida, which is a totally different ball game than it is here. And I was able to flourish more here and service my community better.
Yeah, I got family. A lot of my family used to go to Tallahassee. So they lived in Florida. It's like, so when you coming down and it's like I guess I want to say Mobile, but I might be wrong. But basically, it's like a part of Florida, like that borders that part of Alabama.
Pensacola.
Near that area, yeah. So like, but a lot of my family, like when they got, like they'll move to Tallahassee and go to school out there and stuff like that. It was like always coming. And yeah, I went to HBCU too, man. I went to Albany State.
Yes, I looked that up. I looked up a little stuff about you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that's what's up, man. Okay, you did your research.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. So, what type of activities were you into coming up? You was like in any sports?
Well, I was on the weightlifting team.
For real?
Yeah, and now
I would never have guessed.
And I work out a lot. You see me in the gym a lot. Most times when I see you, it's at the gym or running.
Yeah, but you do like
cardio.
Yeah. I don't see a lot of
weight training.
Yeah, that's
so I had a personal trainer and weight trained with him for like 2 years. And then when I got diagnosed, I got sick. I couldn't lift anymore, but I can still do some cardio. So
you never got So you never got like obsessed with the weightlifting. You were just working out.
No, because it's a good stress reliever, and it kept me looking good.
Yeah,
but more than anything, big stress reliever. Yeah. Whenever I was upset, I can go take it out in the gym.
You know how I might see women, they become like bodybuilders and they be still like like men. Mm-hmm. I be thinking that they just kind of fall in love with the grind and they just kind of like lose sight of the result. Meaning like I don't think the results are like, I think the results is like physical, not physical, but mental results.
It is. When they say results are addictive, right? So if you say to yourself, I want to be able to get a 6-pack, then you get a 6-pack, then you start saying to yourself, what about an 8-pack? Well, what about this? Well, what about that? And then it becomes a transformative journey versus I was looking good so I can appeal to. Now they're just working on themselves. So... But I know what I want to look like, and an 8-pack ain't never been for me. Flat and soft is good for me, but not a big pack girl.
Yeah. All right. So, how was so when you went to college, Florida A&M, right? Mm-hmm. How'd you like the experience? It
was the best time of my life. Honestly, truly, the best time of my life. My 20s. It actually took me 11 years to graduate because I paid out of pocket. So I would go into school every spring. And then take off, go to work, go back to school again on spring. Take off, go to work. Because back then, $2,500 a semester was a lot to a 17-year-old girl who ain't had no money. So I worked at Walmart. I worked at Jason's Deli. I worked at Macy's. I worked at so many different places just so I could pay my way through school. And FAMU is known as a party school. And I had a great time.
Yeah. Well, besides it making sense and being an obvious smart way to do things, what made you decide to pay your tuition out of pocket at a young age? You took quantitative analysis and all that type of stuff, so you just probably knew what you was getting yourself into.
That and having to choose between going to school and living at the same time. So I had to pay rent when I was 17. I've never done that before. You're coming straight out of school. You're like, this $500 rent and my tuition is $2,500. I got to come up with this every 30 days. And I'm making $725 at Walmart right now. Some things take precedent, which is me living. So I would save amongst the year, and the amount of money that I was able to save only came out to a semester every single year it came around. Because back then, I think the most I was making when I started working at the hospital, which led me to this, was $10.11. So I would have to work 100-hour weeks just to get $1,000 paycheck. So we're going to school when we can, but everything else is about living. Real life started when I graduated high school. So
what turned it into real life?
I'm sorry?
What turned it into real life? Like something just transition from high school to adult, or
turned it into real life. Like I said, I'm the first person in my family to go to college, so they were like, "Okay, go figure that one out."
Okay,
so I had to go figure that one out. You want to go to college?
Okay,
you're 250 miles away from home. Figure that one out.
I see what you're saying. So it wasn't like just like literally life, like because. I know normally when people go to school or whatever, they got somebody telling them how to do this or, how to do that, use it on your own. And you wasn't even, I guess what I was asking earlier is, Besides, like, so I feel like you took the smarter route because the thing that people complain about is the college debt. But what made you say, I don't want to take student loans? You just didn't know how to go about it, or you just knew it wasn't the smartest thing to do?
Well, one, graduating high school at 17, you can't sign a loan until you're 18, right? And since I'm the first person in my family to go to college, my mom didn't want to sign any loans for me.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out how to make the money to go to school.
Yeah.
And I did get grants. So that was how I was able to start school. I was able to take out Pell Grants and all that. So that paid without getting loans. But then after that, now what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I was able to start with grants. And when you're a freshman, the government does help you. But after you're a sophomore, they want you to start taking out loans. Yeah. And my mom wasn't doing a Parent Plus loan. She was like, that's your college. So, which I get it. Yeah. So I had to figure it out.
Right. You think your mom was ever against school, or she just didn't, it just wasn't up her alley as far as her route to where she can understand it? Because some people just, once you kind of find your own way, you might just be like, it's not that it's not important, but it's just like, unless you're going for something specific, you know what I mean? So, or you just think it was just like her, like, lack of experience?
I think it's lack of experience and the fact that she has a trade. She's a licensed cosmetologist. I've been in hair salons since I was born. I went to hair school with her because she had me as a teenager. So I was with her through her matriculation through hair school when she opened up her first salon. I used to be a shampoo girl at the salon, making $5 a head washing hair. And if I did a color, it was like $7. So I've been working since I could walk. Yeah. And then when like social media came out, I did my mom's social media and the website and everything for her business back in, this is 2002, 2003. So helping my mom, I think the reason why
we had social media back then?
Yeah, we had MySpace. She had a MySpace page. And I promoted through her MySpace page. She had her own website. I used to update her website every week with new photos. So I also used to put playlists up. So she would buy me a blank CDs to burn. And I would put CD playlists on there and sell them out of there. So my mom, all of that to say that my mom was a hustler. So going to college was kind of like, well, you can figure all this outside. You don't have to go to college to learn these things. And it's like, I wanted to have that experience because while I was in high school, everybody talked about go to college, go to college, go to college. And she's also from New York. Up north, going to college is not a huge thing. After you graduate, if you graduate, you go to work. In the South, as soon as you graduate high school, what college are you going to? College is big in the South. Education is big in the South because historically we were denied education. So
that's crazy though, because it seems like all of the good schools are up north. Well, not saying we don't have good schools. Yeah, not HBCUs.
Not HBCUs. And
I guess you're saying we just got more because they got a couple. I see what you mean, though.
But not New York, where she was born and raised, where I was born and my entire family originated from. So in New York, it wasn't a go to college thing. She went to, I think, a semester of a community college in there and was like, I'm not making no money here, but you can make money in cosmetology school because you can work out. You can work from home. You can work in a kitchen beautician is what they called it. Yeah. But when you're in college, you have to dedicate a lot of time to your studies without you get the benefit afterwards. Yeah. So my uncle, he's a mechanic and he's owned garages. My mom is a cosmetologist. My grandfather he's an insurance broker. They all have their own businesses and they all have trades and they didn't go to college to do it. So for me, it was like, you don't gotta do all that. And I'm like, well, I want the experience. I didn't know what the Divine Nine was until I went. I learned so much about myself as a Black person going to an HBCU, going to college, and broadening my view on different people than I would have just staying home. So that's what it did for me. And my mom was like, well, if that's what you want to go do, you can go figure that one out. If you stay at home, I got you. But leaving, that's different. So I decided to figure it out on my own.
Damn, that's what's up. That takes a lot.
Yeah, I saw myself as something, like you have a vision of yourself and just keep on pushing until, I remember I was to say when I lived in Tallahassee, I'm going to live in Atlanta in a high rise. I would say it over and over again. I'm going to live in Atlanta in a high rise. I'm going to live in Atlanta in a high rise.
When was you saying this?
I moved to Atlanta in December 2020. So from August, and I know the time, from August 2016 to December 2020, I kept on saying, I'm going to live in Atlanta in a high rise. I'm going to live in Atlanta in a high rise. And then when I saw in Tallahassee, there was no even high rises to live in, I was like, no, I really have to move up out of here. So I started, when I graduated, I applied for jobs. And the corporate offices of the hospice company that I worked for at the time reached out, and they, I had worked for it for 5 years, changed policies, did all the moving on up stuff, and they brought me out here.
You say change policies for what?
I was an office manager, then I was a billing supervisor. I've done so many things. And the business was in the hole something like $500,000. And they were like, it's because we don't have doctor's orders. And I'm like, well, why you don't have doctor's orders? It's like, because we went and faxed them and the doctor's not faxing them back. And I said, well, what if I just go to the doctor, like go to their face and sit down and be like, you can't leave unless you sign this. And it worked. And within, I think 45 days, I had brought our amount from 500,000 to like 85. Got all our money back, and then it made us as a branch in Tallahassee be able to pay our occupational therapists more, physical therapists more, because we weren't in the hole. We can actually give back.
Right. Now you played a big role in their organization,
in
man.
Their financial. And so when I was promoted to be a business analyst here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And then when I got here, I was like, wow, there's so much more money than this. There's bigger companies than this. Let me switch around, see what's going on. Because in Tallahassee, it's just one thing. Here, you have Emory, you have Piedmont, you have Wellstar, you have so many different healthcare complexes. But in Tallahassee, you have Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. That's it. They were the city morgue for 100 miles. One city morgue. If you died in Tallahassee, I knew about it.
Yeah.
Or surrounding areas. Now here, totally different. So I was able to move here, make some more money. And I went from making, I think like $52,000 when I first moved here to now well over 6 figures. And then I lived at the Terminus building across the street from over there. Yeah. And I used to say to myself, I'm going to live there. I'm going to live there. And I would visit every other week until I moved in. So I'm the kind of person that I have to visualize it, and I'm a window shopper. I'm going to visit it and visit it and visit it until it becomes.
Yeah. Damn, that's dope.
I went from being almost evicted twice in college for not being able to afford my $416 rent.
Yeah.
To a rent that's almost over $3,000, and it's normal.
Yeah.
So that is a huge thing for me. Very proud of myself for it. And it only makes me be like, well, what else can I get? Because I'm already right here.
Right.
So my next venture is I want the central penthouse.
Yeah.
Already in the building.
Right.
I could just go up a couple floors. It's fine.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I visited. I go talk to the managers all the time, and I'd be like, can I see it?
Yeah.
Can you let me go look?
Yeah.
They let me look.
Yeah.
And I just visualize it. And whenever I visualize something, it just comes together. Like Quentin says, which is my fiance, he always says, there's nothing that you ever say that doesn't happen. Anything that I say always happens.
He be going through that. He be going through the penthouse like, all right, how much it is again?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's not that bad, honestly. It's the cheapest penthouse in Atlanta right now, and it's only $49.95. So, I'm like, I could figure that out. But now I'm at the point where I don't want to just obtain it. I want to obtain it comfortably. So not to just say, I have these things, I'm doing these things. This is now my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because I'm at a point where I'm not posting social media so you see what I'm doing, I'm moving, I'm just living. Like I tell my fiance all the time, I'm a Buckhead resident. I run around on East Paces Ferry. I go get coffee. I walk to the Publix. I live here. I'm not flexing. I'm not pump faking. I'm I'm from here.
Yeah, it's you belong.
Yeah, I belong. I'm not trying to put on like everybody in Atlanta who's trying to be cool. Like, could y'all excuse me?
Yeah,
scam a key card, get in the house.
All right. Speaking of, man, I remember one spot I lived at. All right, look. How you feel about how you feel about somebody homeless being outside it was one apartment complex I was at. And it was like, let's say for instance, I was like a homeless person or whatever. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be rude to be like, okay, you got to scram, but I would feel some type of way because I'm like, man, I got to pay. You know what I'm saying? I got to pay to be around here.
Controversial take. I feel the same way you do. That's why I don't live downtown, midtown. There's no way I'm paying that amount of money and then I have to come outside being like,
yeah.
And safety is huge for me. As you can see, you don't see me one without the other.
Yeah.
So for me to have to, and I like to run and do all those things. If I have to be accosted and feel unsafe, and not saying that these are unsafe people, but you don't know. This is Atlanta. So I definitely feel like if I'm paying that amount of money, I want to have a certain amount of security, at least 100 feet from my door.
Yeah. Then, I mean, I be feeling for people, but you got a lot of audacity, bro. All the places to pull up certain in front of certain sceneries is like, bro, you got a lot of audacity, bro. Like, I ain't trying to be an asshole, but you got a lot of audacity or whatever. But I mean, God bless them. I hope they find some.
But you don't have to make yourself uncomfortable to make others comfortable. You know, like we all have a right to have space.
Yeah.
So, you know, they can move down a little bit to the corner.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. And if the infrastructure or the city would actually pay attention to people, because most of those people just don't have the resources, or they have mental health issues. A lot of them are veterans. They just don't have the support and resources. And if the city was able to give them that, we wouldn't have those issues.
Yeah.
Because as a hospice consultant, I see it all.
Okay. What exactly? All right. So when it comes to, a hospice consultant, so you more so is that what you're in charge of, the marketing for the most part?
Yes, the marketing for hospice. So everybody who's died, this is your first time ever dying, right? So you're scared, you know what's going to happen, you know what to do. And I'm here to walk you through that process, but also to keep you from going back to the hospital. Because if you have stage 4 pancreatic cancer, we already know what's going on. You know you're probably not getting out of this, no shade. But realistically, you're not going to get out of this alive. None of us are. None of us are getting out of this thing alive. But if you have a stage 4 pancreatic cancer diagnosis, and 9 times out of 10, when you have the diagnosis, it's caught on stage 4 too far along, we need to start making some arrangements. And the arrangement is not every time you feel sick, go to the hospital. Because somebody who got in a car accident, or a young child, or somebody else who actually is probably going to get better needs that bed. So stop going to the hospital and die at home, in the comfort of your home with your friends, your family. But this is real. And
that shit real.
And good studies show that if you have hospice at home and die at home, you live for 29 days longer. So, because it's a familiar place. And when you go to the hospital, people are scared.
So, all right. So I got you. So hospice more so referring to basically home health care for somebody that's dying.
Yes. So I am in home care. So home care is the umbrella of home hospice, home care, home palliative. So it's bringing and it's good for your insurance. So instead of the insurance paying the hospital, the doctor, the person who's cleaning it, the CNA, you're just paying that one nurse to come to your house.
Damn.
And it leaves more, hospitals are overcrowded. If we already know what's going to happen, you can go home. So, but the doctor is not going to say that to you.
Yeah.
So he going to have me say it to you.
He going to have you say it. Oh, Lord.
So he calls me and say, hey,
yeah,
got a patient who needs a consult.
Yeah.
And basically who just needs to talk and ask questions about
the patient is normally like a daughter or spouse or the actual patient.
The actual patient, usually it's the actual mix of both. the immediate family or the actual patient, because the patient has to sign off on these things unless they have altered mental status. So unless they have like dementia or Alzheimer, and they
incapacitated.
They're incapacitated, then it is going to be them or the next of kin. But if the person is able to make their own decisions, you have to make these decisions for yourself. So like I said, it's everyone's first time dying. And it's my job to navigate that for you, to make it as peaceful and as least amount of anxiety that can happen. So when I do sign you up for hospice, the first day I'm sending a social worker, I'm sending a chaplain, I'm sending a nurse, I'm sending a home health aide, depending on your needs, a physical therapist. I will send you DME, which is durable medical equipment. And I can send you a hospital bed, a bedside commode. I can turn your house into a hospital. But you will live longer because you're in a comfortable space. Your medications
last a month longer.
29 days longer. So when I say that to them, that makes them say, hey, you know what? I would want to spend that much time with my family than being scared in the hospital.
Nah, facts. My granddad, we could have been chilling with him like another month. Yeah.
If you would have just made, and I've had a family member on hospice and she lived longer when she went home, actually 3 months longer when she went home.
Yeah, so 29 days is just like an estimate.
Yeah, 29 days is an estimate.
It's like a under promise, over deliver type of thing. Because you always got to go that route. Like even when they tell you got stage 4 cancer, they tell you got 3 months, but it could be 9 months, but they say 3 months because it's like a worst case scenario and it makes them look better. Well,
because an angry, sick person is not fun, right? And then on top of that, you give them that span of time to make them not come to the hospital, because it is also a little known fact. If a patient comes back to a healthcare care facility within 30 days, more than once for the same thing, that doctor's not getting paid. Because insurance, like, why ain't fixed it the first time? Why did he come back for the same thing?
Say it one time.
So if you go to the doctor more than once for the same thing in 30 days, that second plus visit, or if you go 3 times, or every visit after number 1, if it's the same thing, the doctor will not get paid. Because insurance is like, why didn't you fix it the first time? Why this patient keeps coming back?
Damn.
So if I send you home and have the nurse take care of you, you won't come back to the hospital. Your nurse will take care of you at home. So even if the patient has a seizure or an emergency, we say, do not call the ambulance. Call the nurse. We will come faster than the ambulance. And if we already know what the disease process is going, calling the ambulance is kind of futile. Because, well, you are gonna die. So we're gonna kind of not give resources to people who already know they're gonna die.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. I know what you mean. Like I've met people before that abuse calling the ambulance. You know what I'm saying? To the point, it'd be to the point where like, all right, so this is not funny because he passed away too. I got a buddy of mine. We're not really necessarily too cool no more. But like his brother, so the guy that was my buddy, he got incarcerated at one point. And his brother was like kind of like pretty much schizophrenic. You know what I'm saying? And he would like all right, so he would smoke. So he would beg. All right, so he would beg you for like a cigarette or to hit the marijuana or something until you say, yeah, you thinking it's like, okay, cool. This is what he, this is what to make him feel better in the moment. But I remember one time, it happened a lot of times, but one specific time, he smoked a blunt, and then it's not funny because he passed away, but the situation was funny at the time, and I laughed. So like the dude, he smoked a blunt. About 10 minutes later, he started like panicking.
Paranoia.
Yeah, like it was kind of like
he does that to you, especially if you have mental illness.
Yeah, it was kind of like like Friday. I keep quoting Friday. It was like the first Friday when like Smokey, the shit happened with Smokey, and he running around butt naked. So about 10 minutes, he started getting real paranoid. He proceeds to strip his clothes off and says, he kept repeating, "There are tree loopers on me." It's not, it's funny. It's not funny because he passed away.
I get it.
But he'll be like, "It's tree loopers on me." He started taking his clothes off. It's to the point where it's like, "Hey, I don't know what to do." But the dude always accustomed to calling the ambulance. So I called him for him that particular time. But every time he'll get into a situation where like he'll get crazy, he'll call the ambulance. And it's like, it ain't really for me to tell his brother, "Hey, bro, you might want to invest these resources to get him into this or see what's really wrong with him." Because, bro, that ain't normal. He younger than me. He doing stuff like that. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, why does he get the ability to keep to me, that's expensive.
Yeah.
I don't even call like just stuff like going to the hospital. To me, it's so expensive. I don't even want to bother them unless it's really a situation. Like, bro, I'm really bleeding or, you know what I mean, something really happened or whatever. But in the back of my head, I used to be like, who the fuck is paying for that though? You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, they'll keep on billing you because they have a duty to come, especially if it's like a life-threatening situation.
Right.
So they have a duty to come, and they can continue to bill you. And then you'll just have that debilitating debt for the rest of your life.
I don't think nobody was paying that shit. It just don't seem like.
I mean, they write it off. If you die or you can't pay for it, then they will write it off eventually. But there's other things you cannot do because it'll be on your credit. So
yeah.
But he probably don't have, and this is where, so that's what they call me, a hospice consultant, not really marketing, because it's really
it's past, taboo. It's beyond that.
But I have to educate you.
Yeah, you do a lot. Fuck marketing. Like, marketing is middleman and damn near. You providing a real service where they getting everything they need. You basically turn a crib into
a hospital.
A hospital. Nah, that's crazy.
But the hardest part is getting someone to agree to hospice, because when you do agree to hospice, the number one stipulation is no more curative treatments. So that means if you're on dialysis, no more. If you're on chemo, no more. And if you have kidney failure and you know there's nothing else that you can do and it's getting worse and dialysis is making you sick and you stop dialysis, you know you're going to pass in 7 days. It is guaranteed. So is the person is going to say, I want these last 7 days to be the best 7 days of my life? Or am I going to stay on dialysis until I can't no more, being sick every day?
Right. Damn.
And a lot of people, the older that they get, choose the former. I'm going to live out these last 7 days. Now, everything isn't so sad. We have so many good deaths. You know, I've had a man who knew he was going to pass in 14 days, but he didn't have an illness that was debilitating that made him sit down and be sick and his legs don't move or nothing. So he said, I'm not taking no medicine. I'm not coming back to the doctor. Y'all catch me when y'all catch me. I'm about to go ride my golf cart around Florida. I'm about to be smoking. I'm about to be drinking. I'll sign up for y'all come check on me because y'all need to come check on me because I'm about to be outside my last week. And what do you say to that person?
Hey, live your fucking life.
Live your life.
Live that motherfucker. You lived it, dog.
You meet so many amazing people. I met one of the first ever flight attendants. She told me so many stories on her deathbed and what it was like to be a flight attendant back in the 40s and 50s and 60s and how big the planes used to be, all the places that she went. There's good. It's not always bad. Sometimes it's the end of a story and it's okay, of a life well lived. And it makes you so appreciative of everything when you see the ending of everybody's story all the time.
Wow.
So I know for me, you take advantage and you're very appreciative of everything that happens for you, good or bad. Because there's somebody who's not experiencing this whatsoever at all. And a year from now, we're not even going to remember who they are. So what you got right now, live it up right now. And that's why they call me Big Mama, because it's the confidence that come out. I act like a mother to everyone and make you feel confident, make you feel like it's okay. Because it is okay. Because
it's going to happen to everybody.
It's going to happen to everybody.
Wow.
So it makes you so much more appreciative of what you have right now. Even the bad things, especially the bad things. Because you can't have joy if you don't know what sorrow is.
Right. The average person that occupies this type of occupation, are they normally like you? Like, when I say you or me, like young and
No.
You know what I mean?
The I'm the youngest consultant at my branch, even though I've been doing it longer than everybody. I've been doing this for 10 years.
You embrace death quite fucking early.
Very, very early.
God damn.
But most of them are about 40 and up. And I target hospitals. I target doctor's office. Most people target assisted living facilities, nursing homes. I don't like nursing homes. But I prefer.
I mean, because
you're taking their inventory.
Yeah,
really.
Like you trying to get them to take food off their plate. You know what I'm trying to say?
However,
but they do need to close some chapters,
and they need an extra support because nursing homes are understaffed. So imagine there are 100 patients in here, and you have 15 nurses. Well, if you sign up for hospice, I give you 2-3 extra nurses. That's not on the nursing home's payroll, who are actually going to do what they're supposed to do because you represent me. One thing about me, if my name on it, I'm calling. Did you meet that patient yet? How long? How long is it going to take you? When was this scheduled? Because if that death goes wrong, and that's huge. If somebody has a bad death experience, so just say you called the nurse because something was wrong and the nurse took too long to come, and then the patient dies before the nurse comes. And that family member is not wrapping their head around the fact that the patient was on hospice and this was an eventuality, right? But now they're mad. They call the doctor who gave me the patient and say, they didn't do what they were supposed to. They didn't come. They didn't do all this. So the doctor's going to come to me and say, well, you said you was going to take care of that patient. I'm like, hey, everybody got to chill out now. We all need to have a big mama come to Jesus moment about expectations is what's going on. But that can really mess up, unfortunately, your business.
Yeah.
Because now the doctor doesn't want to have to be yelled at about a patient from the patient's family and things like that. Once the physician gives you the patient, it's kind of like, I gave this to you. This is now yours to handle. Why is this coming back to me? That's the whole point of you. So you have to make sure that you're on top of everything because you have to, like you said, this is everybody's first time dying. There's lives. Someone lost their mother, sister, mom,
can it be? But has there been situations? All right. How often does this happen? A situation where somebody thought they was dying,
and they graduated from hospice, and that's what it's called. You can graduate.
That's what they call it.
Graduate from hospice. So legally, you have to be certified. So a physician has to certify that you have 6 months or left to live if your disease process follows the normal route. Right? That's how you qualify for hospice. And if 6 months passes and you're still here, you don't need hospice no more. The doctor can be like, hey, actually, you're getting better now. You can go to home health if you need it, or you can just keep coming back to the doctor if you need it, or palliative care, have somebody check on you once a month. You don't need hospice anymore. You can graduate from hospice.
So it's a possibility. It's rare, but it's a possibility.
It's rare because people wait too long for hospice.
Yeah.
Nobody wants hospice until they unfortunately on their deathbed because this is your first time dying and everybody's in denial.
Yeah. But they not in denial to where they go to the facility, but they more in denial about hospice.
They are in denial about actually passing away. So they keep going to the hospital thinking, because the hospital, it has a duty to patch you up basically and send you home. They have to make you stable. So if you go to the hospital every time you're sick or not feeling well and they make you feel better and you go home, you think you're okay. You're not okay.
How did you, all right, look, so when you was going through school, was you preparing to be in the hospice or you were just saying medical field? You just landed?
Like I said, I would work so much through college. So I got a job at the hospital as a sitter. And what a sitter is a person who sits in a patient's room and prevents them from pulling out their IVs or in case the patient is a BA52, which is a Baker Act, from doing stuff like running outside into the street or leaving the hospital or jumping out the window. You was doing that in college? Yes. I was a sitter because you could sit overnight because the hospital has 12-hour shifts.
It's your schedule.
Right. So I could sit from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and then go to class.
Yeah, fuck, bro.
And study overnight while the patient is asleep. Not every one of your patients is crazy.
Yeah.
But sometimes. So I would sit overnight. And one night I had a patient wake up and he said, come here. And I said, okay. And I went over to him. He said, help me. I said, help what, Mr. Johnson? Mr. Johnson. And he took my hand and then he jerked and I watched him turn blue. And then I watched him turn purple. And then I watched him turn pink. He had a heart attack right in my face, holding my hand. And he's just staring at me. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Because I realized what was happening. I said, it's okay. It's okay. I called the nurse. And the nurse said, he's a DNR, means do not resuscitate. So that means in the event that he has a heart attack, let him die. So, because he does not want to be resuscitated. So that man died in my arms. And the nurse came back in and she said, you gave him the best thing that someone could have ever gave him. He didn't die alone. And he didn't. He died looking at me in my face. They had to send me home for 3 days. I cried for 3 days. In the moment, I was like,
okay, you human. Okay. She's human. She's human.
But after that, I didn't even finish my shift. I had to run out. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just watched somebody die. Like, and she said, well, the way you handled that, you should probably look into hospice.
That shit turns to a stone cold gangster.
Have you ever seen somebody die like right in your face? It's like, wow.
Not like that.
Yeah.
For sure. That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. It's gangster. You know what I mean? If I had to use any other word in it. And they actually need people like that. Like we actually we really need somebody that's paid and willing to, worst case scenario, you not die alone.
You don't die alone.
That's different. That's way different.
Imagine how scary that would be.
That's like a soldier, like damn, you was like young, like early 20s, late teens.
I was 21 around that time. Sitting there trying to get through school, sitting overnight, doing my homework. And he called me over and I was like, help you with what? And he meant like he about to die. Because I bet you he could feel it. He could feel it coming. Because you can feel when you're about to have a heart attack, your chest gets heavy. Like you feel like elephants on your chest. You can't breathe.
I'm going to take it from you. I think you know something about that. Wow, though. That's, damn. It takes a very unique individual. Yeah, damn. So what phases you? Like what?
What phases me?
Yeah. You can watch a whole scary movie straight and be like,
you know what?
Seen that before.
It depends on the scary movie.
Yeah.
I don't do spirits. I'm not really good with spirits. You know?
That shit might, that might be it right there. Yeah, you done seen a lot.
Yeah, I'm not good with spirits. Not like slasher. We good because I've seen some things because we used to do the morgue. If you're in hospice, we've done the morgue. And I've had a prostitute who was chopped up in little bitty pieces. And we got her body and we were going to give it to her mother. And when the funeral home came to pick the body up, I was like, I ain't never seen him before. So I said, what funeral home are you from? And he told me the name. So I called the patient's mother. And I said, what's the name of the funeral home that you want this to go to? And it was totally different from what he just told me. And I said, sir, are you sure this is not? And then when I was looking at him, I was like, I've never seen this man before. This is Tallahassee. It's this big.
Oh, this was in Tallahassee?
This was in Tallahassee. It's Tallahassee. This is big, dude. They found the body on the side of I-10. Chopped up legs, arms. They had to put the whole thing together. And come to find out, because I called security, like, hey, somebody's trying to pick up a body. That's not their body. And that's very strange. It was the person who killed her and was trying to pick the body up to hide it. So I was sitting in the office with the murderer.
Wow, you was there with Dexter.
But I had to keep him there because something is very off right now. Why is this random person trying to pick up this body?
Wow, you really bumped to like a Dahmer.
And I'm sitting here like...
Wow, and I'm thinking that's what that type of...
You can have a seat right there. Come get this. There's so many things that you see. People are crazy.
Yeah, you do a very good job. I would like... I would have never known that you worked in that type of profession. Like you...
I think, and that's why every time you see me, I'm working out, I'm soft lifing it. I'm real cool, calm, collected, because everything else is just so Like, you would never know about my job until right now. And I don't tell nobody about my job.
Like,
because it's so much.
Shit like that normally weighs in on people. Like people, your job can turn you to like, kind of turn you to.
Turn you hard, but you have to remain human. These are people.
Yeah, you still human. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you still.
You can have, so what you have learned, I have learned in these 10 years, you can have empathy. And that's what you can have. Empathy. Keep it right there. Because once you get involved, then that's when. Yeah, it's when it becomes a
that's
TV when it's series. An issue.
Wow. Did you have a lot of experience with death prior to the profession?
No, and that is really the thing. My great-grandmother is 90. My grandmother is 73. My mom's 53. I'm 34. My dad's here. Everyone in my family is still here. So I personally have not dealt with death myself. And that is one thing I'm scared of, because it's easy to see everyone else. But for me, I've had my great-grandma. And when I say great-grandma, like, she runs the track 2 miles. She is a Jehovah's Witness. So she's door to door to door to door. She's active. So to not have her in my life is not a reality to me. My grandma too, my mom too. They're all very active. I can show you a picture. These ladies are here. So that's not a reality to me. And that I talk to my cousin about it all the time. That is a huge fear of mine. I see other people. Unfortunately, my fiance, his grandmother passed, went to that funeral.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's okay now. His aunt passed a month before, went to that one. And it's good to be able to support him through it because of my hospice training. But then hospice training for myself, I'm sure would be very different. Be very, very different. So I'm not saying waiting on it. Oof, I'm not waiting on it. No. But it is something that
it'd be different.
It's something that does scare me. That is what scares me. That.
It's weird because I might be the opposite. Like, it might be. So I don't have. All right. So I'm close to my family, but not like that close. Like, a lot of time when people, be honest with you, pass away, it be people I haven't seen in so long.
Yeah.
That it don't really affect me like that. But it might freak me out to see somebody I've never seen before go through something versus somebody I've seen before. Like, Uncle, I done seen you smoke 1 million cigarettes and ate a whole bunch of this, a whole bunch of that. You know what I mean? I can see a decline in your health over the years versus somebody random and something like that happen. It's just like.
Yeah, you could maybe
it train you after a while. Like,
yeah.
After a while, you become like you said, your first time in one. It's just like anything in life. Like, somebody first time doing something crazy or doing something out the norm or whatever, like their first time, it might be like, but after they've done it a few times, it's kind of like they became this person or whatever. But damn, that's definitely unique. And you said you work for a firm. You don't work independently.
No. Well, yes, I do freelance.
You do that too.
I do freelance that and personal injury. So connecting physicians with attorneys and connecting patients who've been in car accidents with attorneys and physicians, which is a lot more lucrative, but is a lot more cutthroat.
Yeah.
Because that is insurance money from auto insurances. That's not federal funds. Medicare is federal funds. And with federal funds, everybody got to play by some rules. Or everybody going to jail. If the government's paying for this, there's some rules we gotta follow.
Oh, yeah.
You know, commercial insurance with State Farm and which is terrible, but State Farm and Geico, they make up their own rules. Okay. But when you're taking money from Medicaid and Medicare,
federal funding,
they're about to be on. That's why I said, if you've been to the hospital more than once for the same thing, Medicare, like, hey, what we paying for? We already paid you. So you need to be a better doctor.
Right.
And make sure these people don't come back.
Right.
So it when people have to follow rules, though, it's a more peaceful situation. So I do freelance for personal injury. And I do work for a firm, and we have a contract with one of the major healthcare facilities out here. So, yeah.
Yeah, so damn, that does suck, though, because like you saying, they can't treat you for the same exact thing over and over.
They're just not going to get paid for it.
They're not going to get paid for it.
They just won't get paid for it.
Damn, that sucks. And it's like, if they work for a big-ass hospital, it's like they got to treat you.
Well, the doctor will get paid. The hospital's not getting paid. So now
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The doctor gonna get paid because he at work.
Yeah, because he at work.
Yeah,
but when the hospital bills Medicare and Medicaid, they're gonna be like, hey, we're not paying for this. This patient was already here 2 weeks ago.
So if they know that you was a patient, like, all right, so say for instance, they understand, okay, this person keep coming back for the same thing over and over again. If you treat them any differently, it'll fall back bad on the hospital, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, and you can't. You take an oath to basically make them stable and make you be able to go home.
You took that oath as far as the hospital goes?
Just any healthcare professional.
You took an oath?
No, not me.
Not you. Not you. Not you.
Not clinical.
No, not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you.
I would never be a nurse.
It's kind of like basically a lawyer honoring his bar association certificate and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so if somebody is coming in and they're having a heart attack, you're not going to turn them away because it's their second heart attack this week. You're going to make sure that they're good. But what did you do the first time he was here for him to continue to have a heart attack? Did you not give the correct meds? Was this patient already, and if that wasn't the issue and the patient you knew was declining, why didn't you sign him up from hospice then?
Oh, yeah.
Why did you let the patient go home?
Oh, you mean as far as hospice goes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just hospice, or what if the patient has a fall? So as you get older, falls are prevalent, and that's the number one of cause of broken bones and all those things with older people are falls. And if you know this patient is prevalent to falls, how come you didn't set them up for home health before they left? How come you didn't get them a wheelchair before they left? Why did you just send them home? Why did broke their hip, you patched up the hip, you sent them home? You should have gave them resources because they didn't have resources, now they're back in the hospital.
Yeah, I'd be scared of you if I was a doctor.
No, but it helps the doctor.
No, I wouldn't be scared of you. I know I like, hey, all right, yeah, let's do right.
But then you have
I'm saying I can tell you a real advocate for him though, like even how you present and everything.
Because it's people.
Yeah, it's
when
really
you get
people.
in front of the person, you have humanity. The worst ones for me, which I haven't done in a very long time, are children.
Oh my God.
I haven't done children in a long time. My youngest last year was 31, so that was also scary because I'm 34. So I was like, that could be me. So yeah, I treat everyone. I'm Big Mama. I treat everybody like my family. Even though
in the industry dominated by women a little older, you still got to hold your role as the Big Mama.
Absolutely. And they respect me in that because I'm knowledgeable. I'm polite. I'm never overstepping any bounds. If you have something to add to this, let me know. Like, I'm not clinical. I'm not any. This is a collab. I will always say we're here for the patient at the end of the day. Nobody would be here. No one would have a job if it were not for this person dying. This is not about you.
Yeah.
This is about the patient. So we called it interdisciplinary. How can all these disciplines get together to help for this patient? I connect the doctor to the patient or the patient to the doctor to the service. And then I have to have a nurse. I can't do nothing if I don't have a nurse. I can't do nothing if I don't have a chaplain. So everybody has to be respected. Everybody has to be hands-on. And then the doctor or the nurse or the chaplain wouldn't have a patient if it wasn't for me. So we all work together.
All right, look, so I'm 53 years old. Been smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day since I was 12.
That sucks.
You got to kind of break it. You kind of like, they tired of seeing my face at this hospital. They tired of seeing me at Grady. I can't afford to go to Emory just yet. They tired of seeing me at Grady. You know what I mean? Them packs, they getting in. How do you break it down to me that I need hospice? You know what I'm saying? I've been going here. You might see me smoke a cigarette on the way out. You know what I'm saying? How do you break it down to me that I might potentially, that'll be my best option? I got lung cancer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to last too long. I ain't quit yet. Like, how do you honestly break that down, though?
What are the issues that you're dealing with day to day that are challenges for you?
I got problems breathing. I got a real strong cough. It's kind of hard to sleep at night, you know what I mean, sometimes, because I be always waking up, smoking cigarettes, having issues with my breathing. I can walk and stuff like that. You know, I can walk pretty well.
And your breathing issues, how does that make you feel?
If you want me to be honest with you, like, pathetic. And just being honest with you. Like, I don't feel, you know, I ain't gonna say it made me feel less of a man, but I don't feel like a healthy man.
I can definitely understand how that can make you feel that way. There are some resources that I can offer you. I could have a medical social worker come out and speak to you so you can have some counseling services, talk about your anxiety. And it looks like here the doctor says that you are eligible for a BiPAP to help you breathe more easily. We can have that delivered to your home tonight if you really want it.
So tonight,
because hospice, you move very fast. So we can have that tonight, improve your breathing. We can talk to somebody about your anxiety and get this all started tonight if you want, tomorrow if you'd like, and get you feeling better.
So you frame it like that, like it's to help you feel better.
You? Not you're dying. You're dying. This is what we need to do. I'm like, no.
I thought you, okay,
no.
Cool.
How are you feeling? How does that make you feel? What resources can I give you to improve that?
All right.
Nobody wants to hear I'm dying.
Okay, I like that. All right.
So it's a consultative approach. I'm never acting like a marketer.
Yeah.
It's always a conversation.
You're not like, because then even when you see the commercials, like whenever it's like them type of commercials, like the way they make the color and then the sound.
Yeah.
And they make it real sad.
You.
Yeah. They be like,
but when you're in that moment, fear is not going to help me at all. Because you know what you can say to me? Get out my house. And unfortunately,
you can only do home consultations.
Yes, get out my house or get out my hospital room. Get out. Everything is the patient or the caregiver makes the decision. You do not have to you don't have to do anything healthcare wise. You can stop taking your medicine. You can do everything is your choice. And fortunately and unfortunately, this is a business. And if I don't get you on my service, I don't get paid. So to scare you is not my goal.
Yeah.
I want to help you and then keep on with the business. So my service is going to give you a better quality of life. It also helps my business to have you on service.
You're right.
So how can I help you? Because helping you is going to help me.
I remember one time I was walking I was down Auburn Ave. I was with my dad at the time. And then we walked past a funeral home, and then the dude was smiling. He waved. He made a joke, was like, this the one person that even though it was a joke. He said something like, even though he's smiling, he'll be getting paid if you was dead right now. It was a joke though.
No,
you know
I get it 100. I say all the time, I'm recession proof. I'm the only job that's not going out of style.
At least one, yeah, definitely for sure.
You can't have AI have this conversation with you.
Oh, yeah.
The doctor don't even want to have this conversation with you. Physicians get 1 semester of end-of-life care because physicians are trained to keep you alive. Okay, so they're not trained for you to die. So they don't want to have this conversation with you, especially if the facility that you're at doesn't have a end-of-life care section, if they don't have a palliative care service or anything like that. That's where we come in, and that's where we're consultants because it's continuously educating. When people hear hospice, I have on a Grim Reaper cape and the cleave, and they think I'm coming in here. They'll kill you. That's not it.
You wearing red today.
Okay. Not knowing that the physician called me in here because you was going pass anyway. But everyone thinks that I'm going to make it come faster because we give you morphine, which is comfort care. And morphine makes you die. It does not. That was going to happen anyway. But people are in denial because this is your first time dying. It's a lot to go through. It's a lot to go through. So I've been kicked on. I've been screamed at. I've had a patient go on hospice and the wife and the girlfriend show up and needing to make decisions for this man. And now all of a sudden he has a seizure and he's not able to make decisions, but he's been living with girlfriend for 2 years. And now wife comes and messes that whole thing up. Now I have to coordinate all family.
Well, all right. So now I'm really putting this in perspective. You got to talk to every patient, don't you?
Pretty much every patient or caregiver.
And you actually got to visit the home too, or you got to where you
sometimes I visit homes, I visit hospitals, hospital rooms, and if they're from like if the patient came from like a doctor's office and they're already at home, and I call them over the phone and have that conversation over the phone, then I don't have to go to their house, because I'm just like, hey, instead of waiting for me to get there, we already decided that you needed this, a conversation that we have. I can send the hospital bed right now. I can send the nurse tonight. Because with hospice, everything needs to happen right now. We don't know how long you have.
Yeah. And this is like really like one of the most needed. It's really crazy. All right, look, let me ask you if you've ever heard of this before. So I was watching it was like a Netflix series they had called Dirty Money. And they talked about adult bullying. Does that ring any type of bells?
Adult bullying like in nursing homes?
So that was kind of one of the twists. All right, so this is what will happen. They'll find like somebody, a wealthy person that's up in age. And I'm not asking, I'm kind of asking, does this concept sound familiar? Like through the grapevine or whatever. So like, say for instance, an older dude, let's just say his name Johnny, this particular situation. Let's just say he about 70 years old, or he done been through a couple divorces or whatever. Like he basically on a decline though. And when I say wealthy, let's say he got a few houses, a lot of. He has
things.
He got some things.
Yeah.
They will find on this particular episode, what will happen is the lawyer will get involved. So when it come down to their estate, the probate and everything, it's like the lawyer get involved, then they'll get a caregiver involved, and they'll be like, they'll get they'll find like a niece or a nephew from a distant niece or nephew. They'll bring them in to be like a primary caregiver, or they'll try to make the older person seem incapacitated. And then what'll happen is they'll basically find like a niece or a nephew that's somehow their job is like, they don't really know this person, but they're somehow tied by family. And the goal would be like to kind of strip the person of their wealth as they're getting older, and they'll make the person look incapacitated, and like they'll have like between the lawyer and the person that assigned everything and a relative, they'll be doing stuff like selling assets and, getting pennies on a dollar. And every time the person brings up a fuss, they'll try to deem them as incapacitated, and they call it adult bullying. You ever heard of anything like that?
That could also be just elder abuse in general.
So elder abuse, yeah.
Elder abuse in general, physical abuse, financial abuse is huge. Just like you said, older people have this large stash of money, and they literally do not know what to do with it or are doing anything with it. If you let somebody else know who has impure intentions, they can try to take it. And that's why the first thing we do, or what I do in your consult, social worker. And we also have this pamphlet called 5 Wishes. And we ask you, especially most people don't leave wills. Most people don't have all their affairs in order. So when we come in, we're like, hey, we're the first 5 priorities for you right now. And we will make sure that happens. If you don't have a will, I'm reaching out to that social worker, so she can get that started for you. And then we really verify next of kins. So if it's not your spouse, then the next one is your mom and dad. And if it's not your mom and dad, then it's your sibling. And if it's not your sibling, then it's the next family member. And if it's not the next family member, then it's a friend or whatever the case. But we go down that entire line to make sure that we don't have those issues.
And you said most people die without wills.
Yes.
So a lot of people die and they don't even really have the next steps figured out or, written out, should I say.
I say all the time, people can't afford to die.
You said they can't afford to die.
The cheapest, I think, cremation you can get right now is like $900. People can't afford to die. Then caskets start at $15.
$15 what?
$100
okay.
And up. Because then you have to have a service. And then, unfortunately, here comes this funeral director who's saying, you need these flowers. You need these things. You don't need none of that. but the person's grieving. So you feel like I need all of this to remember the person that I'm with.
It's hard to tell somebody no. You know what I mean? That scenario.
Or it's easy to convince somebody.
Yeah, when they easily manipulate. You should buy these flowers, which, I get.
So we can help you through hospice and the agency that I work for, plan all of that before the patient dies. So when the patient actually does pass away, you're not calling the ambulance. You're calling the funeral home directly. Come pick this body up and get it started tonight.
I remember buddy of mine passed. He was I want to say he was Japanese. Mm-hmm. He was Asian of some sort. So we had a big ceremony for him or whatever. Then afterwards or whatever, they cremated him. It was like, that was the saddest part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't know what was going to happen or whatever. It was like, I don't know, I guess it was a tradition. That was the saddest shit, man. I remember the last words he said to me too was, we need to have like a barbecue. Because I don't like when we all got to come together when something like this happened. And then he had a situation, his breathing machine or something. I didn't even know he had a breathing machine. But that was the saddest shit ever. Like hearing somebody get cremated, that shit was sad as hell.
Yeah.
What's something common you see amongst people that go under hospice?
Something common.
I don't know if that's that.
Like a common diagnosis?
Nah, just, I don't know, common behavior. It could be something common behavior. It could be something common in the hospital.
What's common for me is everybody wait too long.
Yeah.
The full benefits of hospice comes at least 30 days for you to feel comfortable, for you to be acclimated to your comfort care measures, be able to see your family for the last time and really come to terms about what's going on. Most of my patients pass, and I'm being very generous, 14 days. Everybody takes too long because, keep saying it, this your first time dying, and nobody wants to do that. Or they are older and they don't have the wherewithal to do this all for themselves because they've already had dementia or Alzheimer, and their children live in another state and they live in a nursing home and all those different things. So that most commonly for me is people wait way too long for hospice, and then they want the full gamut out of nowhere, which we do it, but you're not getting the full benefit. That's why everybody feels like hospice is such a bad thing. Like, you're not, well, you waited too long, no shade.
It's very important, very sensitive, whatever. And I guess one of my last questions is gonna be so a lot of people die alone. Mm-hmm. How you feel about that? It's like when they
always say a lot of times, you never know what somebody did in their life.
Yeah.
I've had, I remember this one guy went up into a yoga studio and shot everybody in there and killed everybody in there. We got his body and we called his mom, and his mom said, "That's not my son."
But so he did that when he was younger, or that's how he died?
That's how he died.
Ah, fuck.
And she said, "That's not my son." And how could I blame her? She was going to come get him.
She ain't raised that. She
didn't raise him to do that. Or I had a wife whose husband was dying, and she put him in the garage for the rest of his life because he used to beat on her, used to do all these things, and she wanted him to die alone. What am I going to say to that? But I can bring a nurse in. Hopefully when you die, that nurse is there. But if not, you don't know what people did in their lives.
Do a lot of people die happy? In that scenario, it's kind of hard to be sometimes happy because it's medical.
Because people wait so long, most people who are in an altered mental status when they pass away.
How many people die married?
Married? Most people die married.
Oh, for real?
Yes. Most people die married. Most people have spouses and children. That's usually the people who's taking care of them, setting up the whole situation is an older daughter. Usually an older daughter.
Yeah.
But most people, a lot of spouses go on hospice together, die within days of each other. Once one goes, the next one's sure to follow. Can't live without their love.
Yeah. Speaking of, man, I think you just got a ring on your, Yes, oh, yeah. Okay.
Got my love. So excited. Big mama's about to be big wife.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. We got like 3 minutes left, man. I hate when they end too fast, man, because this is when it was just getting good. I probably should have booked more time, but they didn't have it available. They're a very popular studio. But
Well, thank you so much for having me. For me just asking, you're like, yeah. So I was like, thank you.
Yeah. We got 2 minutes left. We're gonna squeeze this 2 minutes. So so all right, so yeah, you got your ring though, man. That's what's up, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. You know, you're invited to the wedding. It's gonna be at the Waldorf next year.
Yeah. You see, when?
June 2027.
Oh yeah, I'm with that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with it.
And it's
I'm
right
with
down
it.
the street. So
It's gonna be right down the street. I think I'm gonna still be in the neighborhood still.
Okay.
Quinn. I call him Q.
Mm-hmm.
Where you from?
He is from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And me and him met at FAMU.
For real?
Yes.
So he went to FAMU too?
He went to FAMU too.
He played basketball or something?
He played basketball and football. he was Mr. Orange and Green. He was very popular on campus, as you can see.
For real?
He's very popular on campus. He's part of a mega sci-fi.
For real?
Yeah, he just doesn't broadcast it, but he was
he's
that
just
guy
cool.
on campus.
Yeah, he's just cool.
he was very popular.
That's dope.
The first time I met him, I was like, he's so big. And then, you know, they were hopping and they were stepping, and I never seen that before. I'm the first person in my family to go to college.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was new.
What is this? He's so big.
It was new to me too.
Yeah.
It was new to me too.
Very, very exciting to see him. So I met my future husband the first day of college.
For real?
He moved me into my apartment because that is a tradition at FAMU. The males move the female freshmen into their apartments, and he moved me in my apartment.
Oh, okay.
And 10 years later.
Damn, it's 10 years?
Well, 15 over, but we've been together for going on 5 years now, so.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so y'all didn't it happened over time.
Yeah, I came here in 2020. We got together 2021. Then.
Well, y'all reconnected back out here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Well, salute you and Quinn, man. You got anything you want to shout out before we wrap it up?
Shout out to Big Mama having confidence and bringing people together and having love for others and yourself.
I got a whole new image of both of y'all now. You know what I'm saying? He was Mr. Fam, Big Mama. Okay. Damn, that's dope though, man. All right, so yeah, this has been another episode of Multiple Streams by any means. And remember, great things go to those that hustle.